today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Play fake to Jacobs. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
Raiders.
First down. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. It's caught inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Fielded right around the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
They find some open field here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
2nd and 7.
From the 41, Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Clelin Ferrell able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence. I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
From the gun, it's Carr. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. this pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, had some blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Raiders heading out to take over. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Carr to try again after the pick six. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down. Now look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 23-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 18-yard line. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
First down.
They run it with Jacobs. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Shotgun now for Carr. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to draw that one free.
Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
Carlson able to put this one through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage.
Ravens 7.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
5-yard line.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 43-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
Jackson's pass.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. They run for the first time with Justice Hill. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
No gain on the play.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Throwing on first down is Carr. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Carr completes it. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 11, and it's 3rd down.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
10, Ravens 7.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
Josh Jacobs, the
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Malik Harrison. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that left.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Malik Harrison with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
Tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Raiders pick it up.
Recovered by the Raiders.
Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Jimmy Smith.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 6-yard line.
Running is Jacobs. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. This is caught. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
1st and goal.
6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands.
And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas.
Complete to number 11.
Henry Ruggs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
It's good to make it 17-7. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders.
7. Daniel Carlson.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 20.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, if something like that, we have to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam! Puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Jackson on a give to Dobbins. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Maurice Hurst make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
A pass complete here to Conley. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Operating from the gun. Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
It's a gain of 9.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a carry for Jacobs. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Josh Jacobs, the Raider ball carrier.
He's he's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Taken down at the 43-yard line.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Jacobs now. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. From the gun, Carr. Conley's got it over the middle. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
The Ravens 20-yard line.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Patrick Queen leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Carr able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will make it into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
On the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work.
And his 2 touchdowns, a big reason they're winning right now.
So meaningful when you score and it's got your team out there in front. Changes the complexion of everything you're doing. It's one thing to score on garbage time, but these count. This is a big deal, and he's making those types of plays, and I think they'll keep finding ways to get it to him.
I was just going to say probably going to go back to it. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Justin Madubuike
just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. And he's going to go down again. So we reach halftime, and just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Ravens 7.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. From the 6. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over 1st and 10.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now Jackson on 1st down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
The gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end and went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
And he's got this down to the 35. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
At the 35-yard line.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
For the extra point.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They lost 7 in a row coming into this ball game, but lo and behold, they have the lead here as this drive begins 1st and 10. Into the hands of Waller. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. And they'll get this to Ruggs on the jet sweep.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Carr. A short one here, secured by the tight end, Waller. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Jacobs. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The left side completion to Jones. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers.
And the Raiders have got him. Gerald McCoy coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Jackson going to look to do it himself.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. On 2nd and 7, Carr. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Waller, incomplete. He was covered by Patrick Queen.
from the gun. Carr. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
Now Hill. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. The 30, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Throwing his car on third down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens will take over.
The Ravens take over first.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Throwing again on second down. Jackson.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You got it.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. It'll be first and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, it goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up. Because Frank Reich, at Maryland in college, did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change it. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks. And the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Carr got an open man. It's Ruggs. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Maurice Hurst in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to position.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Clelin Ferrell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now, after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
that's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
A loss of 5.
Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The throw over the middle, take it in. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball to the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is taken at the 23.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And that will come the offense as they take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed on to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Throwing on 2nd down, Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
On the option, Jackson will keep it.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more.
No gain on the play.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Jackson.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Derek Carr, the offense, down by 10. A little under a minute 50 remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver.
And that'll bring up second down. Now Carr.
And once more to Ruggs. This time the catch made.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
He'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to first and 10. Back to throw, Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle.
Carr's pass.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here.
At the 26-yard line.
And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Goal Raiders.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. And that will be incomplete.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively jars it free. No first down.
The kick by Carlson is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game.
Makes the score. Ravens 34. Raiders.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
In the fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. Now the Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Here's Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as a stopper with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the fourth quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I'll bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Baltimore, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.